Well, the Philadelphia 76ers have probably the most interesting team. Um, Obviously, I'd probably have to put them as my favourites for the East. I think they're better than Milwaukee. Sorry, Bucks. Sorry, Bucks fans, but um, yeah. Well, with Embiid, Simmons, Tobias Harris, Al Horford, Josh Richardson, their roster sort of drops off a little bit after that. But that might potentially be the best starting five in the league talent-wise. I'm not sure how well it's going to work. Obviously, it's going to be Simmons at the one, Richardson at the two, Harris at the three, Horford at the four, and Embiid at the five. Definitely the tallest lineup in the league, with Josh Richardson the shortest at 6'6". So they're going to be a nightmare matchup-wise defensively. But I think the only issue they might run into is what might be their strength as well, their size. Al Horford and Embiid, obviously amazing defenders, but they are both two big men that aren't. Embiid he's okay defending on the perimeter. Horford's obviously pretty good, but obviously when teams go small on them, what will Philly do? Are they gonna have to? They're gonna have to bring in someone like a Matisse Thybulle, I would say. I reckon he's gonna be very good for them. Matisse Thybulle out of Washington. Very good defender. I think when they're struggling with small ball lineups, chuck him in at the two. Harris can run the four, and either Embiid or Horford at the five. Depends who they want. Either one's going to be good defending the paint. But this Philly team is going to win. I'm going to say at least 55 games. Probably between them and the Bucks for the one seed. I'd put them ahead of the Bucks, as I said. I think an underrated pickup for them was Trey Burke. Don't forget this man put up, 42 points in the game last year, so he can play. He can play pretty well. I think he's going to be a very good backup point guard for them. But other than that, they really need their bench to step up. Mike Scott was pretty good for them in the playoffs. I imagine he's going to keep that up. He had a good year in Washington as well the year before. I think he's going to be good for them, stretching the floor. Carlo Quinn, he didn't really do much for Indiana last year, but I think he's a quality backup center. He can hit the mid. Doesn't really stretch out to three at all. He shot 8% from three last year actually, and that was only a few attempts, but it still counts. Jonah Bolden, I think he's one of probably the most underrated player on this team. He can stretch the floor, rebound, he can play a bit of defense, he can score inside, he can do a bit of everything. I think he's going to have a good year for them. But again, Philly has a big problem. No pun intended. They've got too many big men. That's as simple as it is. Even off the bench. Even off the bench, there's a lot. And then all their guards are sort of relatively unproven guys. Between Zaire Smith, who he only played like 5 games last season, if that. I don't really know much about him, but he's athletic. He can play a little bit of defense. He can shoot a little bit. I think. Well, he could be alright. Raul Neto, however you say it. He's serviceable off the bench. I don't think he's amazing. I think he's their third string point guard. He's not going to do much. Thybulle, as I said, he's probably going to be pretty good. I think he might even end up starting. It depends how he plays. He's just as tall as Josh Richardson. It just depends on the fit, but I think he'll be very good. Many people were talking him up as being a very good fit for any contender. To just come in and have an impact right away. I think he's going to be one of those rookies. He will probably even make an all-rookie team, even though he was drafted 20th, I believe. And then their wings, James Ennis and Furkan Korkmaz. Korkmaz, he was playing decent with Turkey in the World Cup. I think he's alright. James Ennis, he's one of those guys where my expectations for him are always a lot higher than what he actually is. I think he's going to be this great 3-and-D guy. That's what I thought he was going to be for Houston last year, and he really wasn't it. Hopefully he can be that for Philly. But I think with Philly, the ultimate thing is going to be it's their starting lineup. Their starting lineup is what's going to win the games. And the biggest problem is their shooting. Now, Tobias Harris is obviously a very good shooter. Al Horford, he's decent for a big man. Joel Embiid, he can kind of stretch the floor a bit. I think hopefully he's worked on that in the off season. He can come in much better. Richardson's obviously a pretty good shooter. Ben Simmons is going to be the reason. He's going to be the difference between this team winning a title and not winning a title. If he can even just shoot threes like decently, like not even 30%, like 29, 28%. So at least the defense has to keep. You get what I'm saying. They have to play. They have to respect him rather than defend him in the paint, which we saw a lot last season. And it kills the offense. Philly can't get anything going. The spacing is terrible. And we've all seen by now the Ben Simmons workout videos shooting on threes in the off season. I'm not convinced by that whatsoever. We see videos like that all the time. Remember Hoodie Mello, and then he came out and had his worst season ever? Yeah. We need to focus. We need to wait for this season to start. But I think in terms of their main matchup, Milwaukee, which is probably going to be the Eastern Conference Finals matchup, I'd be surprised if it wasn't. It'll be interesting because they've got Bledsoe, Middleton, Giannis, Lopez, and probably Wesley Matthews starting at the 2. That's what I would imagine. You could throw Kyle Korver in there. It depends. Depends how they go. They've got a lot of options there. Even the younger guys like Sterling Brown and even Chenzo and Pat Connaughton. You could start anyone at the 2. But I think Milwaukee might struggle against this team. They're just not big enough. As simple as that. You got Giannis. Lopez is a terrible rebounder. Chris Middleton is just average rebounder for a wing. Lots of decent rebounder for a point guard, and that's about it. There's not much rebounding in this Milwaukee team outside of Giannis. And even Al Horford, you put Al Horford on the Bucks, he's the second best rebounder, even though we all know he's kind of scared of rebounds. But Philly, I think Philly's just going to destroy them in terms of size. Shooting, Milwaukee's way better, but I think Philly has the defense to make up for it between Simmons, Richardson. Hopefully Tobias Harris is a decent defender for him. He's okay. And then obviously in the paint, Giannis is going to be. He's going to struggle against Al Horford and Joel Embiid going at them. That will slow him down. I mean, it's not going to stop him. It's Giannis. It'll just slow him down a little bit. But I think if Ben Simmons can at least shoot something, like he hasn't hit a 3 in his career. I don't even think he's attempted a legitimate one. Maybe he attempted one, but all his attempts are full court shots, so they don't really count. But if Ben Simmons, I think that'll be, if he has a jump shot, no question, they're making the NBA Finals. Not saying they're going to win it, but they're going to get it.